first streak of light in the darkness, the first bird to sing, the first whale to rise out of the black water, the first morning of the spring tide, the first lupin geranium puppy, first sweet corn, the first afternoon spent outdoors after illness, first child speaking its first words, first peach on the tree, first grapes, first hand holding, first kiss, first afternoon of snow flakes like salt tapping the leaves, then the swirl, then the soft clouds tumbling down, first rose